Hello and welcome back to Household Weekly. In this week's episode, we'll be covering Spain's victory in the 2026 FIFA World Cup final, nationwide protests in India over the country's education system, devastating wildfires sweeping across parts of France during an intense European heatwave, political changes in the United Kingdom following Andy Burnham's appointment as Prime Minister, and much more. So, without further ado, let's get started on this week's headlines. Spain has won the World Cup for the second time in their history. Last Sunday, during the final match, Spain defeated the defending champions of the last World Cup, Argentina, with a score of 0-1 during the extra time following an intense 90-minute battle. After a tense and tightly contested match in New York and New Jersey Stadium, substitute Ferran Torres scored a decisive goal in the 106th minute, ending Argentina's hope of defending the title they won in Qatar 4 years earlier. Spain largely controlled the possession throughout the match, while Argentina relied heavily on their disciplined defending and the presence of Lionel Messi, who at 39 years old was widely expected to be playing in his final World Cup appearance. Security around the stadium was among the largest ever seen for a sporting event in the United States, with President Donald Trump attending the match alongside multiple high-ranking politicians and FIFA officials. The end of the match, however, was overshadowed by the violent confrontation on the pitch. Between the final whistle and the trophy ceremony, several Argentinian players were seen instigating members of the Spanish team, sparking a brief altercation that quickly drew players from both teams into it. FIFA is still yet to review the incident. During Spanish trophy celebration, a member of Argentina players turned away from the podium, rather watching their opponent lift the World Cup, bringing the emotional end to what was likely Lionel Messi's final appearance on football's biggest stage. The violence wasn't limited to the stadium, however, as Argentinian fans trashed the Times Square following the trophy ceremony. Back in Buenos Aires, disappointment soon turned into unrest, and the celebration preparations soon turned into riots in the capital and other major cities, with clash between police and supporters, damaged property, and multiple arrests reported overnight. In India, thousands of students, activists, and teachers are continuing the demonstrations and protests over what has become known as the cockroach movement. What began as an online campaign criticizing corruption within India's education system has evolved into one of the country's largest youth-led protests in recent history. Demonstrators accuse authorities of failing to prevent repeated examination paper leaks, unfair admission processes, and widespread corruption affecting university entrance exams. The movement takes its unusual name from protesters describing themselves as cockroaches, referencing the ordinary people who continue surviving despite repeated political failures. Large demonstrations in New Delhi drew tens of thousands of supporters this week as protests and the police clashed on the streets. Meanwhile, France continues battling severe wildfires as record-breaking temperatures grip much of western part of the continent. Weeks of exceptionally hot and dry weather have left forests vulnerable, allowing fires to spread rapidly across several regions. Thousands of residents have been forced to evacuate while firefighters continue working around the clock to contain dozens of active blazes. The UK has entered a new chapter this week after Andy Burnham officially became Prime Minister. The former mayor of Greater Manchester assumed office following a Labour leadership transition, becoming Britain's seventh Prime Minister in just over a decade. During his first address to the nation, Burnham pledged to ease pressure on households facing high living costs, reverse several controversial policies introduced by the previous government, and restore public confidence in Britain's political institutions. And that's it from this week's headlines. Thank you for tuning into Household Weekly. We'll be back next week at the same time with more updates from all around the world. Until then, stay informed and take care.